What's up, everybody? Josh or Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Lvcifyre, entitled Svn Eater. This is released on Dark Descent Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of London, England, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very hellish, blackened style of death metal. Think, if you will, to older Immolation, older Morbid Angel, with just a slight touch of Polish death metal influence thrown in there too. In 2011, they came out with a debut album entitled The Calling Depths. That really showcased the kind of potential that Lvcifyre seemed to bring. They had a very unique quality to their sound, their style, their approach, their lyrical content, the vocals, the visual aspects. They had a really good package going for them, and when I found out that Dark Descent signed this band, I was excited to hear what the next step in evolution for this band would be. And lo and behold, we are here with their second full-length entitled Svn Eater. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 49 minutes in length, so by length standards, this is a much longer album than the previous full-length. But what I like about Svn Eater is the fact that it takes its time to get to being more destructive. It starts off very slowly, very patiently, but then once you get past that, you get towards probably some of the most fast-paced, most disgusting Black and Death I've heard all year. And I definitely could see this as a potential top 20, maybe even top 10 contender for 2014. I think this album is an incredible step up from the first album, and really it showcases the amount of hard work and detail that Lvcifyre know how to do. And they bring forth a beast with this album. It is amazing sounding. The guitar riffs here are absolutely incredible. They are on fire and they are very sizzling. I love the way the guitar riffs are being structured and played out. Like, take tracks like Chalice of Doom and Nercomanteon. Just some really, really disgusting riff work. Just the tone, the tremolo riffs, the leads, they all sound fantastic. It also sounds very frantic sounding. That's where you get where I mentioned earlier about the Immolation and Morbid Angel influence. You could definitely pick up those instances on the tracks. I want to say reminiscent of stuff like Altars of Madness, Blessed Are the Sick, Hereinafter, Close to a World Below. Just some really, really sick riff work going on here. I just love the way that the guitars are being executed here. It really does sound amazing, and it does bring out the best of this album's style and concept. Bass-wise, I think the bass guitar sounds really, really good. It has a nice, warm underlying tone going for it. It doesn't try to show itself off more than the guitar does. I think everything balances out very well within this album's production and mix. I really, really enjoy this bass work a lot. But now we move on to one of my favorite things about this album, and that is the drums. I stated earlier that this album starts off in a very patient manner. It doesn't start off really fast. But then, once you move past the opening track of Nightsea Sorcery to Chalice of Doom, you get some ridiculously fast drumming work going on here. I think it is insane. It definitely reminds me a lot of current day Behemoth, but just a little bit more, I want to say, natural sounding. I mean, no offense to Behemoth or anything like that, but the way these drums sound on here, they just sound really, really crazy, absurdly fast. Lots of fills, blast beats, double bass. I think it's insane, the level of speeds that are going on here with the drums. And I definitely think that's one of the main aspects of this record that makes it stand out more than anything. I think the drums are fantastic here. I don't feel there's a dull moment to be heard on here when it comes to the drums. Everything definitely takes its time and delivers some really, really awesome results. I love the drum work here. Liber Lilith, the title track, the Fury Spears of the Seven, just some really, really top quality drum work, I think, here. And moving on to the vocals, I love this guy's vocal style and approach. Very evil sounding, very demonic, very twisted, almost ritualistic sounding in certain aspects. I really enjoy this guy's vocal approach. Definitely the way he sounds on the very first track, Night Sea Sorcery. Again, going to later tracks like Liber Lilith and the Fury Spears of the Seven. You just get some really, really awesome vocal work. Just his delivery, his conviction, his emotion. It's really, really awesome. And it definitely showcases why Lvcifyre are a band to be on the lookout for when it comes to black and death metal. Yeah, so overall, as much as this is January, I say this is an album that's definitely going to be in consideration for my top 20 of 2014. This is an incredible album. I loved everything about it. I love the speed. I love the atmosphere, the darkness. That's what I love about Svn Eater. I think it's an incredible record. And not to mention the artwork by Timo Katola is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. He's done covers for bands like Verminous, Woden's Throne, and assorted other great black and death metal bands. So, yeah, if you are a fan of black and death metal, if you're into old Immolation, old Morbid Angel, or even new Behemoth, Lvcifyre is definitely the band for you to be checking out. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Night Sea Sorcery, Chalice of Doom, Liber Lilith, and the Fury Spears of the Seven. I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I'm going to leave you a link to the Dark Descent Bandcamp page, where this album is currently streaming in its entirety. You can hear it for yourself and be your own judge as to whether you feel this is worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally from there as well, and I will also link you to the Dark Descent web store, where you can purchase physical copies of this album. It is available on compact disc and black and colored vinyls. So whichever you're interested in, it's definitely worth owning in any kind of format. So, again, the album is Svn Eater by Lvcifyre. This is released on Dark Descent Records. Definitely support this band, and I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Really, really awesome follow-up to a great debut. Lvcifyre know exactly what they're doing, and they deliver a great record here. So support Lvcifyre. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, RB Ho.